Guess what, guys? Guess what we're working on today? Yes, we're back on the XY. So it's been a while, sorry about that, guys, but we've both been...
My fault.
we've all been flat chat, but we're back at it now. On today's list, we're going to try and remove this windscreen. That should be fun. I've never done one myself, actually, but we'll see how we go.
Let's just hope it comes out in one piece.
One piece, that's right. If not, multiple pieces, as long as it comes out, you know. It doesn't. Yeah. All right, and what we're working on is just getting a bit more of the roof done. So I've done a little bit of dent pulling here with the Easy Beat and file finishing, just to get it a little bit better. I'm going over the other side again. Main reason, as I'm getting a little bit better with the Easy Beat, I'm getting better results. So,
a little bit better. I thought you were good.
I can't promise you anything, but yeah. So we're just doing this little area again, and so far it's looking nice, you know. So might as well get that all 100%, and then we'll see what else we can do today. All right, let's get cracking. Okay, we've got the windscreen out and it's in one piece. Can you believe it? Just cleaning the glue off it now, which is quite a job actually.
We'll celebrate after we get the glue off because it might turn into two pieces.
And I'm just finished with all the roof stuff, and I thought I'd start on the rear quarters. There was a little bit of a high area here. So just gave it a couple of little shrinks with the Easy Beat. That's come down now really nicely. Now this area here, we noticed when we did the badge holes and the moulding holes, when we welded them up, that there was a little bit of bog in this rear quarter. From the looks of things, it's had a scrape, so you can still see it there. So there's a scrape along here and a large dent there. So I'm going to give that a file and see what it shows up, and try and get that a bit better before we, you know, epoxy it and re-skim it later on. We might as well do as much metal work as we can while we're at this stage. You know, before paint stripping and epoxying and doing any filler work, we'll do as much metal work as we can. Okay, so all the little dents that we found, we've done. There's a little one there. There's a couple here. They're all done. And so now we've got Shad doing an alignment on the front door. We'll be right. We've done the back one. So we did the back one earlier before we had the hinge issue. So you can see the back's all really nice. Nice gaps. Alignment's good. You know, door to sill panel, door to quarter panel. All really nice. And the front door is a bit hairy now, so we're going to get that all lined up and then see where we're at. It looks like the bottom might be a tiny bit bent, but we'll see once we've aligned it to see how good it looks. And yes, and we've cleaned up all the gunk, which is the old glue, old sealer from the windscreen, which is a hell of a job actually. That's all done, nice and clean, lovely. Has to be done. Beautiful work. Alright, Well, get back to fucking work, would you? Jesus.
Take it easy, fun.
Oh, you fucking dog.
No, film the fire.
Yeah, we're back. It's been way too long. We've all been busy and work has got in the way, but we're back on the XY. I'm hoping for kebabs. Is it going to be kebabs?
Yes.
There's going to be kebabs! Yeah, motherfuckers. There's going to be kebabs. All right. We've got seats here that we sent away to get reupholstered from a upholsterer that works with cars and boats. That's all I'm going to say. He's well known, and a lot of people seem to use this bloke. And look, when the seats came back, they were just crap, just absolute crap. And what we decided on was, look, we said, mate, take your covers back. You know, take them away, give us our money back, and we'll go somewhere else. He was okay with that. I mean, it was as if he had done it before, let's put it that way. He took the covers off that he had put on and gave us the seats back. Now, when the seats came back, this is how things were going to be. This is how it was going to be. It was just going to be upholstery, just covers on like old, shitty foams and all sorts of crap. Like this is how they came back. This is how it was going to be. These are the frames. From what we can see, they're actually missing springs. Like you can see there's a spring there. The spring for here is missing. Broken springs, you know, and that's how he was going to deliver them. He was going to deliver them with all these broken bits and pieces and not done.
He did
deliver them, right? So just shocking work. So guys, just be wary when you go somewhere. You know, even if they've got a good reputation, you gotta check the work and
jack shit.
You know, yeah, it's actually quite scary. So what we're going to do today is have a look over these. Just give them a once over, see if they need any extra alignment, or you know what we can do with them before we inquire with the new upholsterer to see if they're worth fixing. Yeah, new guy's name's Louis. We're gonna see what he's like and see if he can work with what we've got, or maybe, you know, not. If we can, then it's going to be sent to powder coaters or blasters first, wherever, if they do the blasting at the powder coaters. Get them blasted because they've got surface rust and stuff all over them, and then get them re-powder coated, and then start from there. So they're a good basis to start with. But you know what we were going to receive and what we did receive is far from standard. You know, for the money that Shad had paid, it's quite disgusting. You know, so all right, now Shad's going to work on that. I'm going to work on just yes, I know this little bit of rust that I've got to patch up here in what I believe they're called the torque box, and then get that done so that's out of the way, and then we'll continue alignment down this side of the car. So the guard, we'll get the guard done, and then we'll do alignment of panels on this side. Once I've got alignment of panel done, and I'm happy that the car can go back together nicely aligned, I guess that's probably the best way to put it, I'll start doing the bodywork and paint stripping the old paint off so that we can continue on with bodywork. But yeah, so first point of call is to get this patch done, sealed, all welded up and dressed, so that we're back on track, because that's what's slowed us down at the moment. Noah's done a great job here of paint stripping all the old deadener. He did. Don't be rude, man. He's done a great job. We can't see. We've been told that the other side's even better, but of course, he said the other side's better, but we can't see the evidence because he's got the guard on there. But we'll have a look at that later and go from there. All right, guys. As we say, let's get cracking.
Love you long time.
Alright, so the boys have had a bit of a go at the seat bases, and this one looks heaps better. Tiny bit bent. This one, which is the driver's side, which had the massive repair that I did on it, that's still bent. So if you have a look, that backrest is on a lean towards the right, and we're not sure if it's meant to lean that much. This one has a slight lean to the left, as you can see, but that one's a lot more. So we need to figure out whether, when I welded this on here, if it's not quite in the right spot, maybe it needs to be a little bit lower, or what the go is. But yeah, I can't remember if I welded the back. No, I didn't. See? So we've got to try and figure out what's going on. The best thing to do here in this situation, guys, is to ask the upholsterer. They're the experts in the trade, so we're going to ask him to see if this is normal. If it's not normal, what the go is, because it's got a heap of broken springs as well, but that shouldn't change the actual backrest frame changing shape. So we're just going to ask the questions. The only dumb question is the question that you don't ask, so we're going to ask a heap of questions and see what the go is, and see if it needs repair and where it needs repairing, and then take it from there. Okay, we're starting alignment of this side of the car. Back door's all done. So that looks really good. All nice. Sill panel of the door. Really nice. So we're happy with that. The actual window frame is perfectly aligned to the pillar. So really good. Now we're working on this passenger door. We had a little issue where we couldn't get the door to actually open cleanly, and we discovered that there's the rod that goes off this handle here actually has a thread in it and gives you adjustment as to how much leverage it actually creates on the door opening. So gave that an adjustment, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So that's all done. And now what we discovered last time here, see these on the dash, there's these splits both sides, so we're just going to dress them up while we got the welder out, and we're doing that sort of thing. So we'll give them a bit of a clean. Oh, that looks like it's but it's split off the actual brazing. So yeah, so beside the brazing, it's split on the edge of the again. Yeah, so
we weld over the
that's all the torque from the 351. I don't know what you're expecting, man. When you put a hole in the bonnet, knowing that there's going to be a great big lump of motor producing all this torque, and then expecting the body shell not to twist and bend and.
Yeah, but the motor's not in there yet.
This is called. You know what this is called? It's called Cleveland problems.
Yeah, but the motor's
Cleveland problems. It's not in there yet.
That was from the 2V.
The 2V 250 crossflow. That's a real motor. Anyway, we'll just continue on with the alignments and see how far we get. Hopefully we get all that done today, guys. So this is where we're at. We've aligned up the front door to the rear door as best we can. When we looked down the side of the car, not going to name any names, but this bloke here said how come this side dips in so much compared to the other side? And we looked down the other side, and I said, nah, it's the light. It's the this, it's the that. And then we measured it. We put that straight edge that's leaning on the car. We put this straight edge here. From that point there to that point there, and we measured this distance, and sadly he was right. It seems like this side dips in much more. Now, we can adjust the doors and this and that, but it's not bringing the pillar back to where we want, because we start stuffing up these gaps here and all sorts of stuff. So we've gone to back to timber class, and we're going to try and jack just a little bit, because it's really 2 mil that we want to move over to this side, but it will make the world of difference when you're looking down the side of the car and it's all done, and that line, you know, flows with the other side instead of dipping back in exactly where the pillar is. We've taken into consideration the belly of the door. So all doors do have a belly. So across the center here, you know, they're a little fatter than the edges where they wrap around. That's just the way they are. We've taken all that into consideration, and it's still 2 or 3 mil. It was 2 mil, wasn't it? In the end, when we adjusted it was 2 mil. But it will make a difference. It will make a difference, at least to this bloke here, breaking our nuts. It will make a difference. So let's see how this goes. Not so far.
Nothing so far?
No.
That's because the timber's going to snap before.
Alright, we're getting something.
Yeah?
I think so.
Yes, we are.
We are, right? Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's doing something.
Are you recording now?
Yep.
Yeah, alright. Hang on. Okay. Alright, leave it there.
Yeah.
And come here.
Me?
No, not you. You keep filming.
Why don't we measure this side first? Why don't we come back?
No, because listen. I think naturally this will spring back.
Yes, it will spring back. So
Alright, so I know, but we've got to do it slowly, because if we go past the point of the rotonde, there will be no spring back. At the moment, yeah.
There's your 3 mil.
Yeah, that looks like...
Let's just check what we got there again.
That looks like it's there.
See? 3 mil. Can you see that or not?
Yeah, what?
Maybe 4 mil.
Yeah.
4 mil.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was 4.
Okay.
So let's check the other side. And then we'll have to see, we'll have to measure this, because we'll have to see if it springs back how much.
Yeah, well it will.
And then, we're
going to calculate how much to give it overall. So
That's 3.
That's 3.
Yeah. That's 3 mil. So now we want to see if it springs back a mil or if it springs back 2
Now,
mil.
is this set right?
So as you can see, this is the contraption we've come up with. And so far, so good. We had it out by ½ mil difference. We cranked it a little bit more because the spring back that occurs once you give it that push, of course the car wants to spring back a little bit, the metal wants to spring back. So we had to calculate how much spring back was occurring and then pump it out to that. We're hoping this is the end of it. So we're going to loosen it and back it right off, and then we're going to take our measurement. We were at ½ mil, and we'll see if we're at the magic 4 mil marker. Wish us luck.
The sill panel. I almost shut myself.
So what we had occur here, Noah's going to check his DAX, but Shaddy pulled out a little dad joke and goes, "Oh no, we bent the sill panel," and yeah, of course, nothing happened to the sill panel.
Other than it being bent?
Yeah. So Noah thought, oh no, we've ruined the car. No, we haven't ruined the car. So we got the gaps now to what we want. It looks fantastic. So I'll see if I can capture. Okay, so it was that gap there like that, or that line there that was dipping way too much on the B-pillar area, so between the two doors.
Like a snatch gap.
like a thigh gap.
So we're talking at that point there.
That point there. And we've got it exactly the same as this one now, and this side is lined up perfectly. Doors to sill panel, rear door to quarter panel, everything up to the point of the window frames to the pillar. So we've measured gaps here to make sure that nothing was bending in the wrong places, and that our measurements that we were taking were actually accurate, and it wasn't just a trick of the eye, I guess, because at first we thought this side of the garage gets a lot more light than the other side. Well, yeah, I seriously did think it was something like that, because shadows can play a big part, but no, it was out a little bit. We've it was in a little bit. We've got it out now to the point that it needs to be at, and yeah, we're really happy with it. Alright, so now what I've got to do is, because I had done some pulling with the slide hammer of the bottom of the doors, I've got to get them lined up again. But yeah, that's not too bad. Alright, let's get cracking. Alright guys, that will conclude this episode. So we've done alignment other than the guards. We can't do alignment of the guards. We need more hardware for the guards. So there's 2 bolts that go on the bottom. We need the actual clips or whatever, that go onto the body that allow the screw to screw into something. At the moment there's just a hole there. So we've got to get them, then we can do the guard alignment. And so for the next visit we'll bring the boot back from my place, do boot alignment.
Where is your fucking boot?
It's at my place. So we'll do that, we'll do the guard alignment, we'll do the bonnet alignment, bars, stuff like that, just to make sure everything lines up, and then we can start the paint stripping process and putting the whole thing into epoxy, which will be quite a bit of a job, but that's where we're at. Happily, we ended up getting that alignment of this side of the car really, really nice, so we're happy with that. Everything's, following the lines that it should follow now, which is nice. So it should turn out to be a really nice looking car. Now, for now, we're just going to have kebabs. As you can see there, we're starting the coals up. This is XYs and kebabs after all. So have a barbie, have a feed.
Back by properly as a man.
Then back to work tomorrow. Obviously this is a Sunday, and then we'll be back on it in a couple of weekends time.
We'll have to film the kebabs on the barbecue searing up later.
Just to make you guys feel, a little bit jealous of these lovely feasts that we're going to have. But yeah, good amount of work today. A lot of little odds and ends as well. Look at that. Woo! Fantastic. Yeah. So we did little things like straightening up the bottoms of the sill seams, where people jack up from and they're all bent out of shape. They just look ugly, so we straightened them up. We did the little dash rips that were there, odd thing that we found, so we welded them up. Just little bits and pieces, but that moving of the pillar took the longest, but that's all done now, so we're happy with that. Alright guys, on to the next one.